A kid shouldn't be treated as a criminal because they've got an opportunity to change. If ever someone had an opportunity to change the trajectory of their lives, it's when they're a child. It's when they're still learning, when they're still doing what kids do, make dumb mistakes, what you did and what I did, but have an opportunity to have a course correction that's impactful in a positive way and not simply treat them as criminals.
And joining me now is Tara Gresham Goodwin, who is with the Kentucky Youth Advocate, based out of Louisville, correct?
Right outside of Louisville in Jeffersontown, yes.
All right. Well, give us a breakdown of kind of what you all do over at your organization.
Sure. So Kentucky Youth Advocates has been around now for 40 years. We are a nonprofit organization working on behalf of children, and we are a trusted and independent voice for kids. One of the ways we make sure we can be an independent voice is that we don't take any government money, so that we can be that independent voice for kids when we are speaking with state policymakers. We work in a number of different ways to try and improve the outcomes for kids in our state. And so that includes things like working on legislative changes. It also includes working with state agencies on how policies are implemented. We also do some direct work with families when they are having challenges trying to navigate systems. And then a piece that underpins all of that work is research and data. So every year we produce the Kentucky Kids Count data book, which has county by county data on how kids are faring across the state. And all of that work that we do is really with one goal in mind, and it is a bold one, but we're working to make Kentucky the best place in America to be young.
And I know this past week was the 14th annual Children's Advocacy Day. So for our viewers, talk us through that event and the preparation and planning for it. How did that come together?
We are in our 14th year with Children's Advocacy Day, and it was developed as a time to bring people together who focus on different areas of children's lives. So people who are interested in children's health, education, safety, child abuse and neglect, to bring everyone together to elevate issues in front of the General Assembly now that they're in session and are going to be considering legislative changes and also the state budget this year. And so every year we have hundreds of advocates join us in the Capitol Rotunda to speak together and elevate priorities on the blueprint for Kentucky's children. And we have everybody from groups of young people who join us there. We have faith leaders, social workers, teachers. It is a wide range of folks who are all uniting around trying to elevate the issues impacting children that are going to be before the General Assembly.
And why is it important to have this every year in Kentucky and at the Capitol?
You know, one of the main reasons is we know that legislators have so many different competing priorities in front of them, and it's important to join with them. We have many champions in the legislature to join with them and really elevate those issues that are going to make Kentucky a better place for our kids and give them the start they need in life to become successful adults later. So we're excited every year to join with so many lawmakers and so many people from across the state. We have people representing so many counties who come that day. They join us at the rally, and then they also go and they meet individually with their legislators and talk about the issues that are important to them.
And Tara, talk about the awards that were given out in Frankfort during this rally. A lot of different marquee names that were presented with these awards.
Absolutely. So every year during the rally, we like to recognize the people who have stepped up and been champions for children during the previous legislative session. And so we were really honored to recognize Senate President Robert Stivers, as well as a number of other members of his caucus, Senator Julie Rocky Adams, Senator David Givens, Senator Mike Wilson, Senator Whitney Westerfield, and also Representative Adia Wuchner. We had a lot of people who stepped up in 2017 and championed children's bills that will have an impact for kids moving forward.
And speaking of moving forward, with 2018 already here, are there any big plans or initiatives that are on tap for this year?
Yeah, every year with the rally, part of what we do is highlight priorities on the blueprint for Kentucky's children, and that is work that we have underway right now. The blueprint for Kentucky's children really focuses on three areas: creating thriving communities, strong families, and successful kids. And so within each of those sectors, we are working on policy priorities that will advance those issues. So as an example, with thriving communities, we're looking at making sure that our juvenile justice system is responding effectively with young children when they get in trouble, making sure we're doing what's actually going to be best for community safety, and also helping get that young person on track so they don't go down a path of becoming involved in the juvenile or criminal justice system down the road. As an example, with strong families, we are looking at issues on how to better support and address abuse and neglect in Kentucky. And so that means everything from some of the pieces that were mentioned in the governor's budget address, like making sure we have adequate funding for social workers, and also supporting kinship caregivers who have stepped up to care for children.
Tara, there are a lot of different things that you are putting on for the state of Kentucky and advocating on for these youth, so really do appreciate you stopping by and making time for us today. Thanks for joining us for In Focus Kentucky. You can watch this or any of our shows at SpectrumInFocus.com, and of course follow me on Twitter at Mario Anderson TV. I'd love to hear which issues you think we should be tackling on this show.